Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and it's an Insecure review. And this would be the review for Insecure Season 3, Episode 2. So, you guys, let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so we see Issa at work. You guys know she's on phones now, so what else does she have to do but sit around and text Daniel? She texts him, like, hey, I haven't seen you in a couple of days. Okay, just making sure you okay. And he texts her back, yeah, I'm straight. Thanks. We also find out that Issa must have applied to get into this apartment. She gets an email message that she was denied. So there's some credit issues there, it looks like. But hey, she's got to go to this meeting. She's sitting there with her co-workers. And anybody who's been in a situation where you the only black person, okay, and you done been burned by some decisions that you made at the office, you learn how to just sit there and shut the fuck up. It's interesting because her co-workers are now riding the big boss, about the logo, the name of the program. They think that it's racist, the fact that this white hand is over the black hand reaching out. They feel like it's not inclusive. They think that it's sexist. All of a sudden, they all got problems with it. Of course, the big boss was like, no. Okay, that's not what it is. They were like, yeah, even look at the name. Okay, we got y'all. And she was just like, no, it's not like, we got y'all. It's like, we got y'all. Like, so it's sort of like her extending her hand. All right. So this is when you start to see the cultural ignorances and people just not seeing things for what it is. And they're like, well, Issa, what do you think? Issa's the token black around there. And Issa, of course, in her fantasy mind, she was just like, oh, so everybody want to be woke when I've been around here ringing a damn alarm the whole time? Okay, well, beat, motherfucker. That's what she wants to say. But like I said, you learn how to keep your mouth shut. So, she just was like, well, I kind of agree with everybody said. I think that's great that you all spoke out, and basically that's it. You ain't catching her in this trick bag again. As far as her homeless situation, because that's exactly what she is now officially. She goes to see her girl Kelly. Kelly works in some sort of financial institution. She's either an accountant or something, but she is trying to help Issa out on her credit situation. You see on the computer that Issa got a fucking 425, and I'm like, damn. Like, I've seen it on the scale, but y'all, I ain't never knew somebody to have a fucking 425. Like, how did you even get enough credit to get it down that low? I mean, you didn't ignore every single body. I mean, it happens to some people, but I think Issa is just a terrible manager of her money. She's telling Kelly, I've been working on saving my cash. She showed her bank statement, and Kelly was like, oh no, girl, like, oh, what you doing? Shopping lids? Radio Shack? Okay, like, what the fuck you spending all this money for when you don't even have it to begin with on bullshit? I started laughing because I was like, yeah, we've all been there. I've had high credit scores and low credit scores, not quite that low, but I've gone up and down, so I know the feeling. But as you get older, you start to realize that credit is worth more than money. So yeah, you got to get them scores right. Kelly was like, girl, ain't really nothing I can do for you right now. Okay, long term, I can try to advise you on, making better financial decisions. You can talk to the credit, person, and they can kind of help you get your credit back together. But other than that, well, what you want me to do? Issa was like, well, I gotta move because she's still at Daniel's place and the shit is getting to be uncomfortable. And Kelly starts smiling. She said, girl, you concubining up there? She was like, no. She's like, you ain't doing that suck, fuck, none of that. Are you cleaning? Nope. None of those. Do you at least detail the nigga car? Like, you staying up in this man's house for absolutely free and he not asking anything of you, girl? Why you want to leave? Hell, if he's letting you do all of that, if you can get him to let you stay a little bit longer, then, maybe you should and try to save up your money. Kelly give her some of the best advice that she can. Okay, don't look a gift horse in the dick. Her granny told her that, so that means it's true. Issa got problems. When she leaves, she tried to call her brother. Brother was like, nothing doing, it ain't working, and you can't come near. So next best option, start looking for a property manager job, and that way you can be living there for free. Now, jumping back over to Daniel, Daniel is this starving artist, okay? He really wants it to happen. So he spends many of his days and nights in the studio. He's helping his sister out, watching his niece, and the niece was like, all the niece want to hear is the ratchet bullshit like they play on the radio all the time because his stuff makes her think and like, who wants to do all of that? And that right there lets you know what the music is of today, what the kids like as opposed to what somebody who really is into the music thinks. This show makes you think about so many issues, and that's why I love this show, because it really makes you be a critical thinker about all of the subtle and not so subtle subject matter in the show. Anyway, his boy Seven come, okay? Seven full of shit. Seven's supposed to be bringing this guy Spider down there to work with Daniel, but he keep on leading Daniel on. Oh, he can't come today, maybe he can come tomorrow and all this. Daniel's like, damn, like, what? Why you can't seem to work this out? Seven, don't worry about it. He come and he gonna be having bottles and all that. And Daniel's like, man, later for that, ain't nobody caring about that. You guys way too Hollywood. Okay, let's get to the music. Seven assures him, don't worry about it. But Daniel is annoyed. Now, later on, we see Daniel with his girl, Vanessa. Okay, I didn't realize that. Why did I think that Vanessa was a darker skinned girl? I guess when I was just seeing her kneecaps and legs, bottom half of her legs wrapped around Daniel. Maybe that's why I thought that. But anyway, he's over at her house, and Vanessa about sick of him. Like, damn, you've been here 3 nights in a row. Okay, don't you have some other woman to bother? He was just sort of like, yeah, well, Issa's still at the house, and I'm trying to give her some space so she can kind of get herself together. But she was just like, yeah, well, I got shit to do, so you gotta go. Basically. He was like, oh, yeah, of course, because I gotta, hook up with so-and-so Seven and Spider, at the club and see about working with Spider and all of that. And she was just like, oh, they just be so thuggish down there. But she ain't really got much time for Daniel while he trying to talk about what his life goals are. She's looking at the blogs and sees that, what's his name, the Laker with the annoying dad, him and his girl, they so in love and all that. She said she loved light-skinned love. I said, well, I guess that marks you out there. Back to Issa. She's at lunch with the crew from work. Poor Issa so broke, child. She got the peanut butter and jelly sandwich and granola bar. I said, you done got the kids that ain't got no lunch money meal. They at a restaurant and she breaking out her lunch bag. Okay, they ain't even paying attention to that though. They still discussing, what's going on in the office and why the big boss don't want to listen to him. It was like, Issa, why you didn't speak up? She was like, look, I'm tired of always being the angry black woman. I don't need nobody to categorize me that way. And the gay guy was like, well, you might as well get used to it because I'm the gay guy, you the black girl. Okay, just accept it. It is what it is. But again, we as black folks, I know I got some white rock stars, but I'm just letting y'all learn from from the experience right now. Our experience has been that sometimes we have got to tone down our passion because it's misdirected. Just like, I'm getting off subject right now, but Angela Rye. Now, we love Angela Rye. She's been out there. She's been a political correspondent all this time, and people have loved her. But because now that Angela Rye is starting to be more vocal about her feelings, I mean, I'm telling you guys, y'all stupid ass president got everybody's, pressure ran up so high too. So now I'm starting to see that people are saying that Angela Rye is the angry black woman. I don't feel like that at all. But I know that the clips that they continue to show of Angela Rye, just how quickly that people can start to look at you a certain way. I mean, I've seen both black and white folks saying that she's angry. So you see where Issa is coming from, right? Anything that you say or do can be misconstrued. And the fact that she needs this job, she definitely doesn't need to go there right now. Y'all tell me what you think about that, okay? Because I feel like Angela Rye is a strong black woman, very smart and beautiful to boot. But I can start to see the smear tactics trying to work their little ways in. It's unfortunate. Now, Issa calls Daniel because she's on the phones, y'all, and her surprise, he answers. Hey, I was about to go to Costco, and, you got any request on the ply of the paper towels? He was like, no. And she was just like, well, I just kind of wanted to update you, everything is, I am making strides. However, I am going to need maybe a few more weeks in the place with you, and of course I will give you the money back once I get on my feet. And Daniel was just like, yeah, well, Vanessa, she ain't really feeling me being there with you, so I don't think so. I mean, maybe one more week, but other than that, and then she was just like, oh, okay, of course. And he was just like, okay, bye. Hang up the phone on her. And I was just like, ain't this some shit? Now, good damn well Vanessa done put your ass out just 15 minutes ago. And now you come up here talking about how, she... So Daniel, again, he is protecting his heart. It's his defense mechanism. Now, Issa, on the strength of her co-workers kind of pumping her up and just kind of telling her maybe she needs to, just go and tell the boss what she thinks. She goes and tells the boss what she thinks. I know you got this program and is designed to help the black and the brown community, but we don't have black and brown people working here. I think you need to hire some more people of color, and of course the big boss, they always come with but what about Susie? Okay, she don't even know what Susie is, okay? And Susie is still just one person. So Issa's just looking at her like, yeah, like I said, you might want to hire somebody of color. Okay, but look, if you need some help, if you need anything, I know I'm not in the field anymore, but I'm always going to be here to help if you need it. And the boss was just like, okay, well, I'll take that into consideration. Right then, that's a soft no. Issa leaves there and goes back to the apartment, and she's thinking about what Kelly told her, how you basically just been taking advantage of this man, living in his place, eating his food, using up his life, sucking up his air, and not paying a damn dime. The least you can do is clean up. So that's what she do. And you guys know, if anybody who has cleaned a single man's apartment, okay, because when my husband and I were dating, I remember going over his house and cleaning up, and I'm telling you, it was the most gross. I was just like, what the fuck goes on with the men's? Child, just, She cleans up, organizes his cabinets. He comes home and he's surprised, like, damn, you did that? And she was just like, yeah, He gets a text from, I'm assuming, Seven, saying that, he ain't gonna meet with Spider again. He's like, damn. All right, I'm just sick of them, and nobody got time to be chasing this nigga around, somebody that he want to work with in the music business. And Issa was like, why you got to be all like that? If you want to work with somebody, just say it. Daniel was supposed to be meeting them at a club, but he was just like, I'm not going to that club by myself, begging him basically to work with me. And she was just like, don't even be that way. And if you don't want to go by yourself, then I'll go with you. Okay, let me do this for you. You've done so much for me. And he was just like, word? And she was just like, word, I'm going to go with you to this club. So they get dressed up, Daniel in this damn Playboy sweater. I was just like, kept on trying to look at it and figure out if it was cute or not. Then I just finally came to the conclusion that I didn't like it. The damn pet Playboys was so big in the front. I was like, now, is this a sign that you guys trying to send us to? And I'm just not reading the clue. But him and Issa are at the club. Daniel says that they're supposed to be on some list, but of course they get up there to the front. They ain't on no list. Okay, the asshole guard. They don't never have no more time for you. Once they find out you ain't on the list, get your ass to the back of the back of the damn line like everybody else. And we don't, child, I done got to the point where I won't stand in no line. Fuck, if I can't get in, then fuck it, I'm going home. Like, I can't be out here standing in no damn line. So while they standing there trying to figure out what they gonna do, then they old homeboy Khalil walk up, and I guess they all worked in, when they were younger, everybody wanted to be in the music industry, and now Khalil has made it. So Khalil's a producer for YG, and Issa's like, good to see you. Give him a hug and everything. Daniel over there kind of sideline, low-key hating, just sort of like shakes his hand. And, Issa's like, damn, we all started together. Like, look at him now. He's a producer. All right. Well, Daniel don't want to hear that, especially with the situation that he is there for right now. And Khalil can feel that Daniel is kind of cold too, but Khalil seemed like he was cool. Y'all about to go in? And she was like, yeah, but we were supposed to be on the list, so we can't. He was like, oh no, I can get you guys in. They with me. So now it's taking another blow on Daniel's ego. He couldn't even get them in the damn club. But now they in there, and Daniel and Issa's scoping out Spider. He's performing, and Daniel's just telling Issa. This scene was so cute to me because Daniel and Issa are way so more compatible, and almost I'm not quite willing to put it at soulmate yet. But those two are way more compatible than she was with Lawrence. Okay, they're both creatives. She just gets him. So when he leans over and he starts to tell her about a beat that he was working on, for a minute there, she was just completely absorbed in trying to listen to what he feel like. Okay, yeah, that's nice, that's good. She's there. As hard as it was for her to cheer on Lawrence and be there for Lawrence, okay, it comes so naturally for her and Daniel. And that's because she really loves him. They have something that her and Lawrence will never get to have. And that's why I hope they don't bring Lawrence back, because that shit is over and done. So y'all quit asking for Lawrence to come back. It's done. They have a quick moment where they stare at each other and she feels the awkwardness. So she goes off like, you want a drink? Okay, I'll be back. She goes to get the drink. But of course she ain't got no damn money, remember? So she over there cons some nigga with braces, green braces. I said, why you got to clown the braces though? She makes him buy a drink for her and her friend Danielle. I said, girl, that shit will get your ass beat up in these clubs. These niggas don't like buying drinks for somebody else, let alone it be another nigga. I hope he don't follow you around, because he look like one of them follow you around the club ass nigga. I'm still gonna dance with you later? Yes, we gonna dance. And at the same time, we see Daniel over there talking with some girls. Issa think like, oh, here he go trying to, get some more numbers. But no, those girls thought that he was Khalil's weed boy. You done been deduced to a weed boy when you guys started out together. So, Daniel is just really annoyed. Issa takes the drinks back over there. And, yeah, we getting on with the night. Daniel trying to work up his courage, his nerve to go over there and talk to Spider. He over there in the VIP section. It's popping over there. Everybody over there, having a good time. And he just can't bring himself to go over there. Issa was like, just go over there. It's gonna be okay. So he gets up the nerve, and when he walks over there, Khalil come running up at the same time, kind of like cock blocking. At least that's what I thought at first. Hey, Spider, he's shaking hands with him. Spider know Khalil and everything, so it's all good. Right while Daniel was trying to say something to Spider, Issa sees that, okay, this is not going well, so let me try to distract Khalil. So she was like, I heard that, on Facebook that you got a new baby. And he's like, oh yeah, the proud daddy. He gonna show her the pictures. So while he's showing her the pictures, this gives Daniel a chance to talk to Spider. Well, long story short, Spider don't even seem like he halfway knows Seven, had no intentions of working with Daniel. Okay, even some music that Seven had let him hear that Daniel had done, he was just like, oh yeah, I heard it. It was all right. Both Khalil and Issa heard him say that, okay, which means in layman's terms, that shit was not cool. He didn't like it, and he ain't rapping shit over that. Daniel was like, oh yeah, but that was 6 months ago, okay, trying to recover. I'm working with cellos and shit now, okay. Well, the guy was just like, well, you friends with Khalil? Yeah, he friends with Khalil. He's okay, well, Khalil got your number, so sort of like, don't call me, I'll call you. So it's a dashed opportunity, at least as far as Spider is concerned. We don't have time for much awkwardness though, because you see that their fight breaks out, and when they all looking at the fight and seeing what happened, all of a sudden you hear some pop, 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 pop. I was just like, oh, I miss LA so much. Everybody just ducking and running and shit. Did you love how Daniel protected Issa with his body? Did y'all see that part? I did. But I tell you, a party ain't a party in LA if it don't end in gunfire. Anyways, you guys, after the melee, Daniel and Issa, they had a little cafe, and understandably, Daniel feels down. He getting too old for this shit. Okay, he been working on this for a long ass time. All right, him and Khalil again started together. Like, why is it that Khalil, blew up and he didn't? Damn it, he the one that taught Khalil some of the shit that he knows. And Issa is holding them together like, well, you been working like you worked with Ty Dolla $ign. He was like, yeah, but that shit did never make it to the album. So, you only as good as your last hit. That's what they say about the music industry, right? Issa was like, why don't you just try working with Khalil? I mean, he seemed like he was open to, y'all working together earlier. Like, what is the big deal? Well, the big deal is he has pride. He does not want to look like he's begging for help. She was just like, I know how hard it is, trust me. Okay, because it was hard for me to ask if I could stay with you. And he says, you know what, Issa, I like having you around. So you ain't got to move, stay as long as you want to. She was like, what about Vanessa? And he was like, who? Oh, Vanessa? Oh, the one that I made up and acted like she was so mad that you was here and she could give a fuck? Oh, don't worry about her. I am going to talk to Vanessa. I said, I bet you are. Vanessa might not even answer that damn phone. So they get home, and as soon as he gets in there, he swallows his pride. He probably like, let me do this shit while I, right now while it's on my mind. And so he calls Khalil. Khalil seemed to be like, yeah, come on through. We can work together. Come on down to the studio. So it sounds like from Daniel's responses that call went well. And Issa was like, that's what's up. She kind of moving around, and he was like, what's the matter? She was like, yeah, this hard ass couch, that you gave me that I'm very grateful for. He goes over there and he starts massaging her shoulders. I was like, Issa, now let's just try to decide what we want to do with our lives right now. Okay, if you're gonna stick to the not doing it, don't do nothing with him right now. So he's massaging her shoulders, and he tells her that she could sleep in his bed. But she was like, no, the couch is good. So I said, okay, good. At least stand firm on whatever it is that you decide to do. Okay, even though we know that shit ain't gonna last that long. And then while she is sitting there and she listens to her voicemail messages, and she has a message from a property management company saying that, you know, they are looking at her application and they want her to come in and talk to them. Okay, so she's smiling, and Daniel was just like, "Oh, what you smiling about?" And she was like, "Nothing." I said, "Oh Lord, what does that nothing mean?" Issa, girl, don't fuck this up now. Just because you would have to move out does not mean that you and Daniel can't work on something. Okay, do not complicate the matters and make it worse by continue to live there, not really sure what you want this relationship to be, and pulling him back and forth in the meantime. Okay, so I'm just like, is she not gonna take that job? Girl, you need that job. She doesn't tell him about the position, and then she just goes over there, and at first I thought she was going to the bedroom. I said, no, girl. But no, she goes and sits down next to him, and this is again when you see that these two are connected. She's listening to his music. She 100% believes in her boy, you know, and she's just there. I tell you, it is a story of love that is blooming, that could go one way or the other. We hoping that it works out, but that would be too easy for a show, you know, so we got to sit here and watch all of the mistakes that Issa makes. And I really believe it's mostly on Issa. She is the one that holds the key to that relationship, whether or not they're going to be together. Child, so we'll see. What did you guys think about this episode? All right, rock stars, let me get off of here. You do something with this fucking thing here. Anyway, you guys, make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.